you in terms of
Yeah.
what you have to think about going forward?
Well, I mean, obviously he's shooting the heck out of the ball, and shooting with a ton of confidence, and he just gives us a great option. Like, we have a lot of options right now, which is what you want when you go into the playoffs. I think he did a really good job of mixing it up too, getting to the paint, not just settling for the jumper all the time because it was going in, but attacking the guys that he had a chance to. So.
Just kind of in his year, obviously he had the injury, in and out of rotation, things like that. Just how have you seen him just navigate this season?
Well, he's an incredible worker. He's always first in the gym. I mean, super duper early in the gym. He's very meticulous and almost maniacal about his routine. So much so, I think early on in the season we actually had to kind of dial him back a little bit. I think it was uncomfortable for him, but with some of the injury stuff, we needed to kind of lessen the workload. And I think that kind of maybe messed with his mind and his preparation. He's just so comfortable doing it a certain way. But he's over this last third of the season, if it was 2 minutes that we played him in the Rockets game 15 games ago or whatever, or tonight, he's stayed ready, he's stayed with it mentally, he's found a way to impact, and all that stuff shows and pays dividends. It doesn't always pay dividend on a night, but it will pay dividend over the long term. So.
Just how he's played, maybe not just last year, but you're referencing kind of the last several games, that affect how you, kind of John's question a little bit, think about using him in a playoff series, or is that more matchup based, or?
It could be a lot of things based. It could be style of play based, it could be matchup based, it could be need a spark based, it could be finding an opportunity to throw him in there because he has been playing well. It could be a lot of things, and those are great options to have. But the thing about the playoffs is that everybody's got to be willing to kind of sacrifice if the series moves away from you or moves to you. You got to be ready.
We were talking about the offense before the game. Seemed like a night where is that maybe the biggest takeaway for you from tonight was the offense kind of regaining its shape and form and what it could look like.
Yeah, I thought the decision making was quick for the most part. I thought we went somewhere with the ball. Sometimes we have a habit of just kind of dribbling and going nowhere. We cut and moved off of it. We played through Kyle, who's an incredible hub, and I thought we got a lot of really good looks. I thought, when you can do that enough times, you're going to go in. So.
Chris, Mike is shooting the ball great.
Yeah.
Do you see he's healthy, or what do you think is just leading to this run that he's on right now?
I think there's a couple things. Again, how I feel about shooting. It always comes back around. He's been at times a season-long slump, really, and I really believe a lot of that was kind of role-related. Just the inconsistency. Maybe the style of play, guys he was in there with, opportunities, and I think what happened was he was probably not looking for his shot first and foremost, trying to give the team what it needed, maybe a ball mover, point guard, get the ball to the other side of the floor, get somebody else involved, and then when the shots came his way, he probably wasn't mentally queued up, if you will, and when you only get a couple of them and you might pass up one or two, then you can play yourself right out of rhythm. And I've not talked to him about it, but knowing enough basketball, that would be my guess. And it was in the Dallas game a couple weeks ago. We just said, just shoot, get up as many shots as you can. I put them back in mop up time, and it's don't pass, just get up shots. And they didn't go in, but then they started going in the next game. So I think it always comes back around. And his defense remains elite. He is one of the best guys on chase and shoot, catch and shoot guys that I've ever seen. And he was outstanding again tonight.
Did you plan to go back to Ant one more time in the fourth, or was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We were supposed to keep his minutes a little shorter, but we had to push him out. So if you're sitting him every 5 minutes, you're not really going to get a good blowout. So we gave him a good long run in the second and third, and then